Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today, we're going to be making a 3D project. Yes, we are. We're going to be using the Modern Christmas Specialty Designer Series paper. This is an online exclusive. We're also going to be using the Sign Design Bundle, which is also an online exclusive. So it's a stamp set with the punch. And these are, I'm going to be using a couple of more items, but we'll get to those when we get to those. And let's go over some buzzworthy business of the day before we get started. We have our Watercolor and Bloom Paper Pumpkin Kit. That's going to make 9 cards. Night and Navy is the Stampin' Spot. We have the Abundant Joy add-on dies available for $12. This die set coordinates with October, November, and December paper pumpkin kits. And I do have a link in the description box below for you to sign up for the paper pumpkin if you haven't already done so. Next, we have our mystery boxes. These are the medium flat rate USPS boxes that I've stuffed with new and used retired Stampin' Up products. I'm asking just $35 for each box. Shipping is included. If you are interested, please email me at stampwithshawna@gmail.com. Lastly, we have our Stampin' Rewards program where you earn 10% on all orders $20 or more, excluding tax and shipping. Redeem those rewards on future orders. Track and save your rewards on your online Stampin' Up account. And rewards do expire after 12 months of the earning date, okay? And that is all of our buzzworthy business of the day. So let's go ahead and get started on this project. This project, I am casing from Brenda Quintana. She is the originator of this project. I am getting my Simply Score tool here because we're going to be making, like I said, a 3D project, which is a box. So I have here 2 pieces of basic black. One of them is 6.5 by 1 5/8. The other is 6 1/4 by 1 5/8. And we're going to start with the 6.5 by 1 5/8. That is going to be the lid or the outer box, okay? And we want to score this on the short side first, so going down the long way at 1 3/8 inch. We're going to put that score line at the top of our scoreboard. Then we're going to score at 1 inch, 3 1/8 inch, 4 1/8, and then 6 1/4. Okay, so that's that one done. Then we're going to take our other piece, the 6 1/4 piece. We're going to do the same thing on the, oh my goodness, I hope I am in frame. I just realized I might not have been in frame on that one. So we're going to score this at 1 3/8. Don't jump the line. 1 3/8. Put that score mark at the top. And we're going to score this at 7/8, 3 inches, 3 7/8, and 6 inches. I hope I was in frame for the other one. I think that is all we need that scoreboard for. Okay, so this is the inner box or the bottom. So what we're going to do, I'm going to turn mine over to the back, and on this wider end, not the little 1/4 inch end, but the wider end, I'm just going to angle cut from that score line down, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to fold that score line and cut a little triangle out. You know what? Let me get my bone folder here. So as I'm doing this, I can burnish my score lines down. So I'm going to go to that score, do a little triangle cut to that score line, burnish. You can burnish, oh my goodness. I probably should have burnished the long line first, but here we go. Now on this end, I'm going to miter out just a teeny bit above this score line, and then a little more when I'm going up to that part like that, okay? So now, because I didn't do it ahead of time, I need to fold on my score line here, making sure I do the right one, not the one I jumped the line. Okay, so we're gonna burnish that score line down. Make sure you get your little tab here as well. And while we have this piece, I'm gonna go ahead and put some tearing tape on this little tab. just like this. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same process on our lid, but this time we're going to make sure we fold our long piece before we cut it, because it's easier to fold one piece than all those different sections. Okay, so we're going to cut this the same way. I'm going to turn it over, because this is just, you can cut it this way if you want to, but it's easier for me to cut it from the back on the edge on this side. Then I'm going to fold it, burnish down with my bone folder, burnish down with my bone folder, fold it, cut, burnish. Then we're going to come over here, cut out a little piece, a slightly bigger piece, and then we're going to fold this tab over, burnish down, get some tearing tape, put tearing tape right there to the edge of that. And then on this one, let me see. We're going to put some tearing tape on this section. So on the end with the bigger piece, not the end with the little piece, but we're going to put tearing tape right across the middle of this section. Just like that, okay? And now we're going to get some scrap basic black and my punch. And I'm going to punch out 2 of these sign design shapes, just like that. Then I have some gold foil, and we're going to cut out one in the gold foil, just like that. Oh, I have adhesive sheets on the back of that as well. I probably would did that for another project. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and remove this adhesive sheet, get some liquid glue, because the adhesive sheet was not over the entire shape. And I'm just going to put some glue on this, and also that'll help me to maneuver this around easily. And I'm just going to add this right on top of this black one, just layering them together, trying not to get glue everywhere, because glue and liquid glue and foil don't really go. Okay, so that's good. So we have that done. Next, we're going to do some stamping, and we'll get back to our box. So I have some scrap basic white here, and we're going to get some mossy meadow ink. Oop. And our stamp image that says Merry and Bright. And I want to make sure that's inked up very well, because this is a solid image. And I'm going to stamp that close to the edge there. Ooh, just like that, and it came out perfect. This is the only stamping that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to get my scissors, because even though I have the punch, I need this. The punch will cut out a little border of white, and we don't want that because we're going to layer this on our punched image. So we need it to be a little smaller. So I'm just going to cut this right along the edge here using my scissors. Because you guys know I don't mind fussy cutting, and it's a simple shape, so it's easy to follow the lines rather. Okay, so we have that done. Then we are going to start putting things together. So this, we're going to take the inside box or the bottom, and we're going to put a little bit of glue on this tab right next to our little tab here. So this little flap that's hanging over, we're going to put a little bit of glue. Let me get my silicone craft sheet, because I'm on black, and on the video I can tell the difference, but in person, it's hard to see the difference. And I'm going to take our tag here, our little punch, and I'm going to put this slightly over that score line where it folds, just slightly. So I'm going to find the score line, then I'll go a little bit further down, just a little bit. And I'm sorry if I get my head in the camera, but you know I can't see. Then I'm going to fold this over to see if it's straight, and that is pretty straight. We just need the slightest little bit hanging over, okay? Then I'm going to release this tearing tape and make sure to fold back anything that's hanging over. We're going to fold this over like this, and everything should be even. So that's just going to fold right there. Make sure you burnish that down so it sticks really well. And then we have this part. So we're going to fold those 3 little flaps in. Get our liquid glue. Put on the edge of this right here. Maybe a little bit more glue, Shauna, just a little bit, or spread this glue out because I don't want it squirting out, so I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. Make sure it stays square and fold it up. And I'm going to take my bone folder, just stick in there and help it to press down. It's pretty good. Okay, so we're basically going to do the same thing on this one, but a little different. So on this one, instead of putting the punch out on this side, we're going to put it on the one where we put the tearing tape. So we're going to put our adhesive right here on this little flap. And instead of going a little bit over the line, we're going to go right to the score line. I mean, just barely above it because you want to be able to fold it, right? And this punch is a little wider than these, so you will have a little bit of overhang on both sides of that fold of these score lines here. You just want to make sure everything is lining up pretty good, and it is. So then we can go ahead and remove our tearing tape backing, fold over the adhesive that might be hanging over the side, fold this over. Go ahead and fold that. We're going to burnish that down. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take this, put the glue on there. We're going to fold this down right on top. Make sure it's square. Whoop, I released it. My box is moving. I want to make sure my box is square, so I have to give it time to adhere. Okay, there we go. Press that down with my bone folder. Okay, so now I'm going to get this piece, put some liquid glue on the back, and we're going to just put this on, centering it on that gold label there, just like that. Okay, and then we are going to take some designer series paper. This designer series paper is 4 1/8 by 1 3/8. Oh, and I thought we were done with our scoreboard, but we're not. We need to score this at 1 inch on each end. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to just score it at 1 inch. And be careful, don't press too hard on your designer series paper because it is thinner than your cardstock, okay? So that's all we needed to do. Score it at 1 inch on from each end. Then we're going to fold this down. And I'm not going to use my bone folder on this because it's designer series paper. It's a little thinner. And we don't necessarily need the lines to be too crisp. So take the one where you put your label, and this is just going to go wrap around it like this. Now, I'm going to explain to you why I put my fronts on differently on the top and bottom. So when you fold this up, this edge right here, I wanted that to be on the going down for the bottom, the inside of the box, and for the lid or the outside of the box, I wanted it to go up because our designer series paper will hide that, okay? So there was a reason for my madness. That was a little change that I did from what how Brenda put it together. But yeah, that was just my preference, because I have no clue how she comes up with these things, but I'm so grateful for it, because I wouldn't have been able to do this without her measurements. So I'm making these boxes to hold some Hershey Nuggets, and I made like 29, so this is number 30, and I'm making them for a trip I'm going to be taking. What is this? Oh, so this is the inside of the box, and this is where we're putting our Hershey Nuggets. So I like to give out gifts, and since we're taking a trip in December, I want to give out these for Christmas gifts to random people that I see. See, they fit. It's a little bulgy, but that's okay, because it will still fit on the inside. You have to maneuver it a little bit the first time, but it slides right in. Isn't that nice? Okay, so tear and tape on the bottom here now. We're going to remove that. And I have a piece of, what is this called? Oh, I'm done with it. This is the Mossy Metal and Gold. What is it called? Oh no, because I finished the whole spool. Mossy Metal and Gold Trim. It's just called Trim. So if you look at it, it has one side that's really gold and the other side is more Mossy Metal. We want to put the gold side down onto this tear and tape. And I'm going to try to center it. Just like this, and then I'm just going to check and see if that's centered, and it's pretty centered. So I'm going to rub that down, and I'm going to take this and just tie it in a knot. I'm not going to tie a bow, I'm just tying a knot. I'm going to pull it tight. I'm going to take my scissors and trim the ends. Okay, now before the video, I also stamped my little watermark here and cut that out with the 1 1/4 inch circle punch and added some tear and tape on the back. I'm gonna put a little bit of liquid glue here in the middle. It's like this. And then we're gonna add this right over our ribbon in the bottom of our box. And it says, created by Tashana Lundy, honeybeestampinhive.com. That is my label there, and that is our project done. And let me just show you. Oh, no, it's not. I need to add my bling. Ooh, I almost forgot my bling. So we have the low profile sparkle dots, another online exclusive. And it comes with Darling Duckling, Mossy Meadow, and Secret Seed. Where's my take your pick tool? I'm gonna get one of the Mossy Meadow ones. Where do I want to put this? Put this one right here. And then I'm gonna get a bit smaller one. I'm gonna put that right there. And I just realized I made a couple of other ones in a different color and I didn't put anything on it. So this is the Mossy Meadow. And here is the one I did in Cherry Cobbler. So it's the same paper, and I did a different ribbon. This one is the gold striped mesh ribbon. So I need to put some bling on here, but I'll do that because I have to pick out different bling because I don't want to put green. So that is our project for today. This is thanks to Brenda Quintana. Let me see, so you can see what's going on in the inside. All right, you guys, that's it. That's all. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I want to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later. Bye.